Hello my beautiful fur family. I am missing you all so much while I'm away, far, far away in sunny Queensland, and I'm missing these beautiful puppies. Anyway, here is a fun video for you guys to watch. I hope you enjoy it. I know. So she's a little bit of a nervous Nelly when it comes to grooming. So Dad said he ran the comb over her and he could get the comb through everything. So he did say there was some matting around her ears. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There is a little bit of matting. Oh dear. So we might just take some of this off before we even bath her because, well, it ain't going to be brushed out. So we'll just have a look at what needs to come off. I don't know if you guys can see. Turn your head, sweet pea. Some matting here, which just is not worth stuffing around with. More comfortable for her to just shave it off. Get rid of it. Some stuff you can brush out, but these are pet grooms. We're grooming pets here. If you don't brush your pet gets shaved, period. If it's only a little bit in some spots, I don't mind brushing out or dematting if the dog tolerates it, but stuff like this behind the ears, definitely not even going to stuff with that. Stuff around with it, just get rid of it. So that was pretty tight down to her skin there. And a big old chunk of it that's definitely not brushing out. This is the part that's going to be problematic on her neck. You're okay, sweetheart. So this is behind her other ear now. There's quite a bit more on this side, I reckon, than the other side. We dropped it. So again, this is what we see from the outside. Oh, look, a puppy dog. But underneath it is a blanket of hair that is tightly wound together. So those hairs should be individual hairs that just fall away when you cut them. There we go, good girl. Now, here, sorry, sweetheart. So this is all collar and friction point matting. Which is avoidable by not by taking your dog's collar off when you're at home. Oh, I can pull my pants up. They're rolling away. So with ours, well, Alice always has a collar on. Alice is, despite the fact that our yard is very well secured, she would be a risk for running away if the gate was ever, you know, left open or something happened, somebody came in and opened the gate, or one of us left it open, or the gate malfunctioned and just opened on its own. I don't even know. But in any case, if the gate was open, she would run away. So she has her collar on all the time. Jude, on the other hand, he would not go very far at all. So for one, he's not a runaway risk. But two, also Jude's inside all day, whereas Alice is outside during the day. I mean, Jude goes outside, but Alice can't come back inside. Jude can come inside. That sounds really mean, but I promise you it is in Alice's best interest because she will eat anything. She'll swallow socks and underwear and get on the benches and eat stuff if we've got, you know, not even just food. She just chews on random stuff and eats it. So she'd get seriously injured or have serious complications if we did leave her inside all day. We live in a house with 4 children. As much as I would love to say I have an amazing, clean, beautiful house, I don't. I share it with 4 children. And I work at least 50 to 60 hours a week. So no, my house is not perfect. There are things left around. There's baskets of washing that need to be folded and put away, and there's dirty washing in the bathrooms, in the, you know, baskets or on the floor if that's where the kids left it and I ain't picked it up yet. I live in a very real house. There's no cleaners or maids or butlers or people to help do the work that I'm not doing because I'm at work. So yes, she would get up to all kinds of no good. So she's outside, just doing what she does, and she has her collar on. Jude is inside because, well, he's just not much of a troublemaker, to be fair. He doesn't get up to no good very often. And so he's not really a danger to himself in the same way that Alice is. But yeah, so he does not have a collar on. Why they made my MRI appointment tomorrow, I got no idea. I'm just winging it and trying not to think about it. After I get some results, it will even be a while before I even get results back, but hopefully those results can give me a little bit of relief from some of the worry and stress that I've had, and make this process of waiting for my surgery a little bit easier. That's kind of the best that I can hope for. Other than that, I don't really know anything. Just gonna wait and see. Alright, so that is that matting out. I did say I don't really demat dogs very often. Having a look at her, I think the rest of her is fine. The lesson here and all of my rambling has all been to say, don't leave a collar on your dog all of the time, and don't leave a harness on your dog all of the time if it's safe to not have them on. If your dog's a runaway risk, then you want their collar and tag on so your dog can get back to you. But if your dog is secured and you don't think they're going to go very far, and they're like a poodle cross dog or even a poodle, Jude's a toy poodle, don't have a collar on them all the time. When he was little and like he might have snuck away or got through a hole in the fence or anything like that we didn't know about, he had a collar on all the time, and I just took it off every single day, brushed him out everywhere, and then put his collar back on. But now that he's a big boy and, well, we kind of know him pretty well, he doesn't have it on all the time. It gets put on when we leave the house with him and taken off when we come home. And I do not brush my dog every day. He is kept in a reasonably short, but not too short length coat, 13 millimeters, and I think I let him grow out to about maybe 22 millimeters at the most. The longer his coat gets, the more brushing he needs, but I usually just groom him out here. He has a bath, blow dry and brush out, and then eventually when his hair's too long or it starts to get tangly, he gets a full haircut. Back to a nice short length, 13 millimeters. I don't think I've done him on a 10, but that was too short. I didn't like it. 10 millimeter or a blue comb for anybody who knows the combs. Yeah, I think they may need to do contrast dye, but the lady on the phone didn't say much. She just said, can you come in earlier? We want to do a longer appointment for you. I said, okay. I said, I did ask, I said, are you doing contrast? And she said she didn't know that they make those decisions at the time. Even though she is brushed out and not matted, she's not having effective brushing. She's a Cavalier, so she's a poodle crossed with a Cavalier, so she's a Cavoodle. She's a poodle crossed with a Cavalier, and I don't know what Dale's doing. He's doing something on the computer. So she is supposed to be, or lots of people like to sell these dogs as hyperallergenic, designer doodle breeds that are non-shedding. But the fact is, if you mix a shedding dog with a non-shedding dog, your chances are like 25% or something that you might get a non-shedding dog. But that's usually if they are more in the poodle realm. This dog very much looks more like a Cavalier, and Cavaliers are shedding dogs, and this is all dead hair that is shedded out, and I've only brushed down her back. I haven't done anywhere else, and that's the dead hair that's come out. So when you're having these breeds, first of all, please, the only way that you will know if you have a hyperallergenic dog that does not shed is through genetic testing, and even then, they're still learning about dogs' genetics. You could rule out one type of shedding gene or hair type gene, and then they discover, oh, there's actually like 7 hair type genes to have a look at, and we only look at one of those at this stage. So even through genetic testing, you still can't 100% guarantee what you're going to get, but the likelihood that you will get a non-hyperallergenic dog, or a dog that will create allergies through their skin, saliva and hair type, is really damn high, really high. And then the chances that you will have a shedding dog, also really high. Most of these doodle breeds that I do are in fact shedding dogs. So if you're ever looking at crossbreed dogs for those reasons, hyperallergenic and non-shedding, don't believe anything they tell you. Everybody puts it on there. Hyperallergenic, non-shedding, designer, hybrid, special, whatever. It's all a crock of poopy. It's not true. It's a selling tactic. Yes, it's possible. The chances, I don't know what your luck is like. I got bad luck. My chances of getting a hyperallergenic, non-shedding Cavoodle, no, it's not going to happen. And it's not going to happen for you either, probably, most likely. Some of them are very low shedding, which is lovely, and some of them are really high shedding, which is awful. It's hair everywhere, and they mat up. So, totally fine. There's nothing wrong with owning a Cavoodle or a Spoodle or a Moodle or a Cavoodle or a Cockadoodle-oodle-oodle. Just be aware that not to fall for sales tactics, so make sure that you're well educated on the coat type that you may get, and there's a whole mix of coat types that you may get as well. But they're still adorable dogs and we love them. Don't we? Yes, we do. She's like, you don't love me. Yes, I do. You're very pretty. You're very pretty. So because she's having a longer guard comb cut, she will be washed, blow dried and brushed first, which is why I've gone to all this effort to remove as much matting as I possibly can first. She's definitely in need of a wash. And I'm just gonna check if there's any other super duper matting that needs to be taken care of. Samara likes to have hers taken off as soon as you get home. Jude's not bothered by his, but like he'll just go and run around and play and not be fazed by it. But if I come home and I see that he's still got his collar on after like school pickup or drop off, I'm like, why has that dog got a collar on? Because I'm the only person that brushes him and cleans his coat up and stuff as well. Okay, got to remember this. She's got big dangly dew claws at the back here, which you all probably can't see. There we go. So she has a full nail and paw pad with a quick, but it's quite a dangly one. So gotta be careful of that. And same again on the other side. There's definitely nothing wrong with owning a gorgeous, delightful Shih Tzu. I kind of would love a Shih Tzu for the grooming aspect, but the personality is not my cup of tea. I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with them. I quite like Shih Tzus. They're such beautiful dogs. But I'm so, I don't know. I haven't spent a lot of time with a lot of Shih Tzus, but I love, I don't know. I love toy poodles. I'm really in love with toy poodles. We're about to get a Cavoodle, a toy poodle Cavalier cross, and bring him into the family. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's probably my love right there. I didn't even know I liked poodles until I got Jude. I got Jude mostly so that I could learn how to groom poodle-type dogs. And I wasn't really overly a huge fan of the look of poodles, and I didn't know a lot about their temperament. But since having Jude, obviously, I'm completely in love with poodles, toy poodles. But then again, like, it could just be that my toy poodle's really nice and others are not. Who knows? Who knows? I would love to have a full coated Shih Tzu to groom though. Would be a dream. I did groom one once. They were traveling on the road and she brought in a full coated dog, like to the table length hair. Oh, she's beautiful. I just gave her a bath, blow dry and brush out, and tied her top knot up again. And trimmed out her Sanitary and paw pads. So I didn't do a lot for her, but it's so fun to work with that length of hair. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, Bo. Poor Bo. Bloody Bo. I think he was a Shih Tzu cross. He wasn't a purebred Shih Tzu. Maybe that's also my problem. I only ever get crossbred dogs. So I get multi Shih Tzu and I don't know, all sorts of mixes, terriers, and I don't even think the owners know what they've got. I don't even know if the breeders know what they're breeding. They're just all crossbred, so lots of temperaments. A lot of them are coming in from rescues and they've been adopted at an older age and stuff like that. So I get such a mix of dogs, and a lot of them just aren't used to being groomed from a young age, so grooming is not fun for them. Yeah, squirt when you're over Lois. I almost said Lewis. Goodness me. Some dogs are just so damn sweet. I mean, I'm not really against any particular breeds. I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to that. But for a personal pet, I do love a toy poodle. Judy Poo is just the, I don't know, epitome of love. She loves everything. Although it's a bit naughty at the moment. Cheeky boy. You are also a dirty doggy. So I do encourage these guys not to wash the dog between grooms. If they do wash her, they need to get her dry and then brush her out immediately after, as soon as she's dry. So it is expected that she will be dirty when she comes in, but a dirty coat, I mean hygienic, she hasn't got poo or anything on her, A dirty coat's not the worst thing in the world. It can be washed, but a matted coat, if this dog got hosed down and then air dried, wasn't brushed for 4 weeks and then came in for a groom, she's going to be badly matted. So I do encourage a lot of my poodle and poodle crossbred dogs to only bath them if they're going to get them dried and brushed out, because otherwise they're just making a mess of everything. Unless of course they keep them in a short coat, then it's totally fine. I forgot. This doggy had a sore ear. I forgot to ask how her ear was. We'll have a look after the bath. I don't want to get any water in there. She doesn't seem to be flicking her head around or anything, so... but also antibiotics, like ear drops for doggies, are very, very greasy, and neither of her ears felt super greasy, so maybe it just resolved. Am I taking appointments in the 6 weeks I'm supposed to be off? I have started taking some. I'm definitely on the fence about it. Anybody that I've booked in that time, I have let them know... Sorry, I got hair in my mouth. I have let them know that it is up in the air and it may be cancelled. I don't think it'll be cancelled, but it is up in the air. So I'm not going to book out full weeks. I'm definitely going to be taking some time off. Because I need it. I just need some time off. So I think I'll end up working 2 or 3 days each week. Except for the time that I'm going to be away in Queensland, which is... I think it's 9 days all up, so a week and a half maybe off, something like that. From the 14th of November until the 23rd of November. And then I think I've got dogs booked in on the 24th of November, so yeah. There's definitely dogs booked in, it's just kind of all over the place at the moment. Yeah, you've learned a lot, Lois. Grooming is full on. I didn't know much about grooming dogs. I definitely am surprised. Growing up and as a young adult, I did not realise that these long coat dogs needed so much work. So yeah, I'll be on and off. It'll be just, it's up in the air. I will let you guys know probably at the beginning of each week. I think that this MRI tomorrow will put a lot of things in perspective as far as my timeline goes, and for how much I'm going to be pushing to get this done sooner rather than later. So I think I'm just at a point where everything's kind of just up in the air and I haven't really decided on anything yet. If this MRI comes back and maybe the fibroid has shrunk, maybe the ovary thing is gone down or not anything to worry about, the cysts have come and gone or whatever. There's any number of possibilities. If it comes back that these things are not like terribly concerning, even though I suffer with the pain and these awful cycles that I go through, I'm not going to go to extremes, like put myself in huge financial strain, put the family in financial strain, taking excess amounts of time off work and things like that, and getting in my car and driving to the city and stuff at the drop of a hat. I'm not, if it comes back that although these things need to be removed and I do need to have the hysterectomy, but it's not like a cancer or creating any like major troubles. I'm just going to take the process as it comes and just follow the yellow brick road until I get to surgery day. If it comes back that obviously there's things more concerning or problematic, then I'm going to fight like heck to get the surgery done. So for now, it's just, I don't know. It can go either way. I mean, inside I feel like there's awful things going on. I feel like crap all of the time, and I'm really struggling with it. But until somebody has a proper look in there and tells me exactly what's going on, I just don't know. I just don't know. So, yeah, give it a couple of weeks to get those results back for that MRI, and I guess I'll have a bit more clarity then. It's always good to learn new things, Lois. And I really enjoy my time with the dogs, giving them washes and stuff. Grooming is such a personal thing, and I think we really connect with our pets when we're grooming them. And especially as the owner, it's totally different to grooming. Like this dog is soaking in de-shedding shampoo to loosen up all of this and break down grease and oils and stuff in her coat. But when it's Alice or Jude, it's totally different. They connect with me and enjoy all the touching and loving and stuff like that. Whereas a lot of dogs connect with me quite well, but a lot are just here because they have to be. But it's such a personal thing and time for bonding and connecting with your pets when you're grooming them at home. Good night, Angela. Have a lovely night, and thank you so much for hanging out with us. Sending you a big fluffy hug. Now, I'm just going to go back and see if my customer replied to that text message from the end of August, the kennel cough one. Right. Bum, 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 bum. You're all right, Mischief. She's such a good girl. You ready to get rinsed off? Will the hysterectomy help take care of my migraines? That's a hard question. So I have suffered with my migraines. I hope you guys can hear me all right. I've suffered with my migraines since I was a child. I can remember having them as young as maybe like 3 or 4 years old. I don't know if I had them as a baby or a very young toddler, but my early childhood memories do include a lot of suffering with really severe migraines. And as a kid, a young kid, the only medications that I ever really got was just Panadol, which does not take away the pain of a migraine. no blame to my parents. Like, I just don't think that anybody had any idea really how severe the suffering is with a migraine. Or that I was having actual migraines and not just headaches. It did take some time, not till I was about maybe 8 or 9 years old before I think they really realised how severe it was. So I remember really suffering quite badly with the migraines, even from a very young age. And fairly regularly, like every week or two, which really sucked. But at least once a month. And also, I didn't know that I had triggers that triggered migraines, like eating chocolate or the change of like being, you know, a little dehydrated or spending too much time in the sun and things like that. I didn't realize that there were things I could do to reduce them. So I really, really suffered with them for a very long time. Some people will outgrow them and stop having them when they go into puberty, so at like 13, 14 years old, and maybe as old as like 16 or 17 when all their sort of hormones settle down, and you know they get into a normal hormone flow. They actually outgrow the migraines. Other people stop having them after menopause, which is where the hysterectomy comes into it. Once you get rid of all those hormones after menopause, a lot of women stop having migraines. And that is something that I hope that a hysterectomy will do for me, but my doctors will not agree to take both of my ovaries, so I will not, or it's unlikely that I will go into menopause from my hysterectomy. If I get my way, at least one ovary will be going, and the right ovary, which seems to be the problem maker for me anyway. But if I still have even one ovary, it's unless it stops working, I won't go into menopause, so it's likely that I will still continue to have migraines because I'll still continue to have a regular cycle of hormones. Which typically is what contributes to my migraines. More than anything, I've removed like all of my food triggers from my diet. I don't even eat anything that triggers a migraine for me. I make sure that I'm hydrated. I make sure that I don't get overly stressed. If it's a particularly humid day or the pressure, the air pressure or whatever it is changes and stuff like that. Like I've gotten pretty good at predicting when there's things that are going to cause a migraine for me, and anything that I can control to reduce that, I have done that. But the hormones is the one thing that I just can't control, and the weather. I can't control the weather, but I can stay in air conditioning all day and try to, you know, protect myself as best as I can most of the time. Yeah, so I mean, I wish that my doctors understood the suffering that I have endured. I mean, not many people will willingly volunteer to go into early menopause. I have a lot of reasons to want that. Unfortunately, my doctors are not supporting it. So, yeah, that's a real struggle. Unlikely that it will prevent my migraines entirely. With migraines though, some women don't ever have a migraine in their life, but when they go through menopause, they actually start getting migraines. So, migraines are just entirely a horrible thing. So it could be that even post-menopause, I still continue to have migraines. I'm actually terrified of getting a migraine. I fear it so severely. And that medication that I took, so that migraine was 4 days in total. Saturday being the last day of that migraine. So what was it? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, no, it was Wednesday. So Wednesday was the first day, and the new medication in conjunction with Panadol and Nurofen seemed to eventually, after about an hour, take away the symptoms. I still didn't feel well, but I wasn't suffering, so that was a win. Same again on Thursday. That medication was able to manage the main symptoms. Still felt unwell, but I was not in pain or like severely suffering. But on Friday, in conjunction with Panadol and Nurofen, that medication, I could tell that it was trying to help, but it did not. The pain was horrific. As soon as I finished up out here, I went and got into a hot shower so I could get clean and get into bed. I vomited so much. So the first thing I did was, get undressed and then go to the loo to do a wee. I vomited while I was on the toilet. I vomited trying to get my clothes off. I vomited in the shower. I vomited after my shower. I could not stop. It was so bad. And the pain of the actual headache itself, man, it was one of the worst migraines I've had in a long while. It was incredibly painful. I slept on and off for a couple of hours, but I kept waking up from the pain. I couldn't stay asleep. After, I think about 6 hours, I took another dose of Panadol, Nurofen, and a couple of sleeping tablets. I ate some food and then I just went to sleep because it was not easing up at all. So the goal with taking medications is to not have to take sleeping tablets and go to sleep, because what happens is I'm just losing my life to being in bed asleep, because what else am I going to be doing? I'm not going to go, grocery shopping and do my washing while I'm in that much pain. And the thing that I'm sick of, along with being in pain, I'm sick of being in pain. I'm mostly sick of missing out on my life because of that pain. And because the only relief that I can get from that pain is to pretty much knock myself out and stay in bed until the pain stops. So I would really like to not have to do that. Saturday I had still numbness in my face and hands, still very nauseous and some pain, but I did continue taking Panadol and Nurofen throughout the day, and eventually managed to be able to get on with my day. Not feeling very well, but I was okay to, be up and about and doing as much as I could. I didn't do much though. Loz, I presented that to the gynecologist, and they were pretty blunt to the fact that they don't care. They don't care. They're not putting a young person into early menopause because they get some headaches. That's pretty much their opinion on it. I mean, I'm not the only person suffering with these migraines. So many people out there are suffering with them. Honeybee has been, so unwell with her migraines. Amber gets them. They're just really horrible. I know I'm not 100% sure why Honeybee gets her migraines, if it's the same as me or a different cause or trigger, but they are just altogether horrible things. And there's just not enough. There's a lot of research going on for migraines right now. But there's not enough answers yet, and people in my boat and similar boats around migraines just deserve so much better, honestly. Yeah, Hannah, you get them. They're bloody awful. They really are. I know that there are consequences to early menopause for bone care and lots of other things, but I would rather take the consequences than suffer the way I've been suffering for the last 35 years. Come on, sweetheart, we've got to get you blow dried now. I've lost more than a year of my life to being in bed with migraines. I struggled with addiction to pain relief medication that was originally diagnosed to me as a young adult. I had to withdraw from pain relief medication. That's horrible. And now I don't take pain relief medication. I don't take any of the endone, the morphine, the Mesindol, any of those sorts of things, because I don't want to go down that road again. It's scary. It's scary, and I don't ever want to do that again. But because of migraines, I developed an addiction to pain relief medication. Nobody should have to go through that. It's awful. It is truly, truly awful. And these doctors hand out prescriptions for endone like they're lollipops. Just, oh, get some endone and have a nap. You'll be right. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to blow dry this dog. Migraines suck. And for anyone who's suffering with them, I am so sorry that you're in that boat. It's awful. Yes. See, I don't know when I have a headache. I get like some pain in my head and I'm like, is this a headache? Like, it's not that bad. I'm like, this is not a migraine. Is this a headache? Oh man, a headache is a walk in the park. I could have a headache for 3 days straight and be fine. A migraine is something else. No, I can't have more kids. My tubes are gone. I've had an ablation, even though my endometrial lining has grown all the way back and then some. I can't have kids. There is no chance for me to have any more children. So I'm sorry. I'm going to blow dry you now. All right, music. My goodness. I've still got a bit of brushing to go with her, but I don't need the dryer on anymore at this point. She has got so much shedding. I don't know if you guys have seen it just flying on out of there the whole time I've been brushing. So I'm basically, there's a little bit of tangling, so I'm doing a small amount of dematting, but more than anything, I'm just de-shedding her. Your poop stuck on your butt too. So much shedding. Which is not ideal. I don't really want to be de-shedding a dog. So I'm dematting, detangling, de-shedding, and then I have to still give her a haircut. That's a lot of processes to fit in. You're okay, sweetheart. She's doing really well. She's a little bit sooky, but I think that she's just a bit of a sooky doggy to start with. By sooky, I mean she's a little vocal about just would rather be somewhere else. You'll hear her do a little whimpering every now and again, which is why I've used the term a little bit sooky. That's that sound. You're just a little bit sooky, huh? She would rather be anywhere else than being groomed. Which is okay, we can't blame her for that. Not all dogs are ecstatic or overly thrilled about being groomed. But as far as the brushing and that sort of stuff, she's doing really well with it, so. Hey, you're doing really well, aren't you? Yes. You're a very good girl. Unfortunately, to do such a long comb clip, I do need to have her very well brushed out, or my combs will not go through. You're okay, you're just a bubba, that's all. I know, I'm sorry. It's a lot of brushing, isn't it? That's not going to come out of there. She did on her ear have a stick tight or stick fast flea. I have not seen any other fleas on her the entire time I've been grooming her. Those sticker fleas, I don't know what they're called. Everybody calls them something different, that's why I never know what to call them. Those sticker fleas are pesky. Also, I don't know what that is, but we'll get it out of there too. They're very small and they burrow into the skin a little bit, similar to what a tick does. And they're very hard to get out of the skin. Very, very pesky. So it was live and it was on her little ear. And I did pull it out and kill it. And it is now gone. So I'll just keep an eye out for any more that might be in there. Can you hop up please, lovey? Yeah, this one's a Cavoodle. I will keep an eye out, ma'am, for any more on her skin that need to be removed, but I'm not going to do a flea treatment for her. I feel like I'm going to double check with Dad, and like just bear in mind the flea treatments I do in the salon are not to like remove fleas from the dog. They're to kill them while they're in my salon and get rid of any live fleas so that I don't infect any other dogs. But you need to do a flea treatment at home as soon as you get your dog home. The flea treatment I do just kills any live fleas on the dog before in the bath so that I don't have live fleas jumping all around my salon. So not doing a flea treatment isn't a bad thing. If she doesn't totally need it, one little sticker flea I'm not overly concerned about for a start. But I feel like she's on a flea treatment anyway from memory, but I will check with Dad and pass on that I found one of those fleas. She is a farm dog. I dare say she doesn't do a whole lot of farming herself, but she does live on a farm. So if they've got chickens, those little fleas are sometimes on chickens. From what I know anyway, chickens tend to pass them on. So she might have just gone out into the garden to the chicken coop and picked one flea up and stick fleas from chickens. There you go, Hannah. Yes. From what I know, they typically are found on chickens. I have hair stuck in my nose. So she might have just gone out to the chicken coop when Mum or Dad were collecting some eggs or whatever and stuck her head in there and picked up a little flea. So I'm not gonna like run a flea bath instantly and, you know, soak her in flea shampoos and stuff. Because I don't think that's necessary. I will just let them know that we found it, to check their chickens or whatever they've got going on at home and make sure they're all treated, and make sure that this one's up to date for her flea treatment as well. But it literally could have jumped on there this morning, and maybe that take a little bit of time to actually die off once they've ingested the blood from a dog that's got a flea treatment on board. It could be that she's at the end of her flea treatment and she's due in a couple of days and it just hasn't, you know, lasted as long as it usually would. Any of those sorts of things. So, but for one little tiny flea, I'm not going to be, and especially a stick flea, I'm not going to be overly concerned. Hi guys, I hope you're enjoying this stream so far today. If you haven't already, help us out with the like spike. Make sure you've hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and share this video around if you think it's worth sharing. If you haven't requested a Dale tortilla slap, make sure you do, because that's my favorite thing to do. Otherwise, once you've done all those things, drop a whole bunch of emojis in the chat and we'll know you've done it. Love you guys. What's the dye we're talking about? I missed something, obviously. Oh, we're talking about contrast, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they call it dye. They call it contrast, and I don't know if they're going to do contrast or not. I suspect that they'll probably do images first without contrast and then second with contrast, which is what's happened in the past for CT scans with me. Which is gross because it makes you feel like you wet your pants. It's no fun. It's such a weird feeling. But yes. I don't know if that was the question. Tomorrow during the MRI, will the dye be injected through an IV or will they make you drink the dye? Just asking. Yeah, so it was a needle the last time that I had it for a CT scan. When I was in the emergency room a few weeks ago. They did a needle, and I'm sure if it's required for tomorrow, they'll also do a needle. I do quite well with needles. I'm not bothered by them, so that doesn't faze me at all. The only part I don't like is just the feeling of the contrast when it's going in and going through. Like when it goes through, your whole body gets really, it feels like you're really warm, even though I don't think you actually are really warm. But it feels like you get really, really hot and flushed, and you can feel it travel through your body. And you get very warm in the nether regions and feel like you wet your pants, which always makes me so self-conscious. It's like a fear of mine to wet my pants in public. Always makes me super self-conscious. Even though I know to expect it to, it still freaks me out. Yeah, it makes you feel a little bit strange. Is the contrast the same for MRI as it is for CT, or is it different? I've never had an MRI, so I honestly don't know too much about it. But I know that they do use contrast in both. Oh, so it's different. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting then. Does it make you feel the same way, or is the CT scan one worse? You're definitely welcome here, Shelley. I got a lot of respect for Suzanne, and I think she's awesome. So I don't know what happened or have any idea, but you're welcome here. Our rules are pretty much, you know, keep it drama free. If you're having a bad day, go do something else. Come back when you're feeling a little bit better. If somebody's annoying you, block them. That's easy done. Other than that, anybody's welcome. Alright, I think we have finally achieved brushed out dog. Still a little bit damp in a few places. But we should be able to make a start on the actual haircut and then revisit these areas as we go. Oh, Kathy's back. Welcome back, Kathy. the contrast is different, but it is the same feeling. Okie dokes. The first time I ever had a contrast CT scan done, nobody told me that was going to happen, that feeling, and it did scare the bejeebers out of me, honestly. I yelled out, I was like, what's happening? And then they said, oh, it's normal, don't worry, that's normal, the feeling is normal. I was like, okay. Yeah. Must have just slipped their minds. Oh well. Good golly girly. So I've already cut matting out from this area, and there's just a couple of little stragglers that were not a part of the big mats, but they're also not going to brush out, so because they're just very tight little mats. So we'll just zip those off real quick, just to avoid me continuously tugging on it when I don't need to. So some of this tugging is like dead hair shedding that is going to come out quite easily with a bit of dragging, and then some of it is those little knots or tangles that the comb's going to keep hooking in over and over again, and the hair's not going to move. So that's dragging out dead hair. You can see the pressure that I'm putting into that, and just slowly dragging, and then all this dead hair comes out. But when it hooks onto a mat and it just stops, that's different. There you go. And so that's just dead hair that's coming out. Alright, I think we're good. Did I do both of your legs? Oh, what's going on here? Just dead hair. It's crazy. It's crazy that, like, she's not matted, but there's just so much dead hair in there. I haven't brushed her chest out yet. That was my bad. I missed a whole spot. Didn't brush your chest yet. How do you see anything with that head, honestly? This is an awkward area to brush. Oh wow, Katrina, you don't get any feelings with the contrast going in? How bizarre. The contrast for me is ugh. Oh, Lucky Llama's off. Where you going, Lucky Llama? Whatever it is, I hope you're all good, and we'll see you a little later on. Alright. That's good to know, Hannah. Hannah's just saying that with those stick-tight fleas, the normal dog ones generally don't actually kill them, which is good to know, because I see mostly those stick-tight fleas, and usually it's people that everybody owns chickens out here. Everybody's got chickens, and that's usually what happens. They come from chickens, so I always make sure that I recommend that people treat their actual chickens as well. But yeah, I wasn't sure if the normal treatment killed them. So that's good to know. Look at us learning something new every day. Thank you, Miss Hannah. Yeah, so Michaela, I'll do a doggy in the morning and then a doggy at night for me. My morning and my night, which is the opposite for you, I think. Oh my goodness. Doggy. Okay, I definitely think we're going to hit a couple of problems along the way with this dog's groom, but Don't know. Don't know. I think we're good. Are we good? Get your ears out the way. I know. No, there's definitely a tangle there. Let me... Pesky, pesky hairs. That's not a flea. So these little Cavoodle doggies, they love to go with their pet parents to collect the chicken eggs and stuff, which is also why they, and they like to get their noses right in there and sniff the nests that they have, or, I don't know, sniff the chickens. And from what I've seen, they're usually fairly friendly and gentle with them. But every time I find stick fast fleas, they're on the muzzle or in the ears, pretty much. So they stick their heads in. Yes, I don't know how you say it, but pyrethrin. That is available in avian flea treatments. Or at least it was the last time I looked at them, because I have treated my own chickens before. We don't have chickens anymore, but when we did, we had stick fleas and I had to treat them, and it was gross. But they all got treated. Alright, that's it. We're going to start giving this dog a haircut, or we're going to end up here forever. That was a lot of work. That was a lot of work, young lady. I'm going to go fill up my cup because, I don't have a drink. Oh, also, I'm still sore today, so don't mind me moaning and groaning when I'm getting up. Okay, it won't be a minute. Let me get her secured, fill up my cup, and then we're going to give her a haircut. A big old haircut. I wish it was a big old haircut. We're not really doing much, to be honest, because they like her long. And to be fair, they're not doing a bad job considering the length of this coat. Alright, won't be a sec, guys. Okay. My cup is full. Oh, I definitely needed a drink. Okie dokie. Yep, MRI is tomorrow. So I will stream one dog in the morning, Jennifer, and then I'm going to go and stop streaming, so there'll be no more streaming after the first dog. And when I come back, I will stream the second dog. So one small stream in the morning and one small stream in the evening. Oh, there are products available for dogs. Thanks, Hannah. That's good to know. Okay, I'm going to start with a 22mm comb and have a look at how that looks. It's probably still going to take quite a bit off, but we don't want to get any like crazy long. She does not come in for grooming very often either, so you're okay. Most people do not manage these long coats well, but these guys seem to mostly stay on top of it. I have shaved her before and done quite a bit of education around her coat care. And I've definitely like put my foot down on the fact that if she is matted, like Today's was not bad, and even today at drop-off I did discuss if I had a good look at her and decided that, you know, there was too much, that it would be shaved, not a long comb clip. So I'm very, very stern on it. I'm not going to demat this dog. And fortunately, you know, that education has gone a long way because, well, we have a beautifully kept dog. It would be awesome if we could get on top of their ears a little bit better, and just a little bit in her legs and feet. But they are truly tricky areas to maintain, so they're shaved today, and hopefully they'll be able to see and identify where those areas are that they're not getting a proper brush or brushing often enough, and they can work on those areas when that coat grows back in. Hi Fiona, how you doing? But I'm pretty sure I only groom her probably about every 3 months. So given that, I think they're doing a pretty good job. No, I did the giant schnauzer on Friday, if you remember, Michaela. Do you remember I did the giant schnauzer and then I was meant to do this dog next? But I decided to postpone them to today for this doggy. So the giant schnauzer's already done. Oh, Mischief, what are you being sucky about? Huh? You want me to cut your beautiful hair? It's okay, you need a haircut. It's good for you. Freshen everything up a little bit. And it's nice and long, so your mum's going to love it. Even though I don't even know if I've ever met her mum. Dad always does the grooming stuff. I'm pretty sure this one's mummy's girl. Why is my phone going off so much? A lot of the times when I do doodles, I'll back brush, but that's more on the poodle coat. With her coat, we kind of, you can see where my clippers have been, but once you brush this out, you kind of want it to just fall. So I'm actually just going to go with the direction of the coat, and where anything's really sticking up, I'll go through with my scissors and shape it, rather than, if I back brush this, I'm probably going to end up with a pretty choppy cut, or very, very short in comparison to what I'm hoping for the look to be. So once you kind of go over it with a comb, you can see any areas that might be worth just ducking over again to get a bit of a cleaner cut. But generally, I don't back brush with this longer drop coat type. Curly hair, yes, but not on this coat type. And I did say I still had a couple of problem areas that I was having trouble getting through. And that's these. So where that dew claw is, I will have to hand scissor that anyway because it gets pulled into the guard comb. when I go over it with that, which is dangerous. We definitely don't want to cut that off. The next dog is a Groodle, Elfie. I'm pretty sure he's a giant Groodle, a big, crazy, happy-go-lucky fruitcake of a dog. I think that's the dog. He's a good boy. We shaved him a while ago. His last groom, we were able to do a long groom on him, and hopefully this groom will be a long groom. But some people find that their giant Groodle breeds get very hot at this time of year and will opt in for a short shave down anyway. Some of those doodle coats just do not breathe well in the heat. And the dogs just pant and pant and pant and pant. So while their coats are absolutely beautiful, some dogs just really struggle with how hot it gets. And I don't know, I guess the coats just don't function for the heat as well as we'd hope them to. Yeah, so I groomed Alice, who is my little sausage. I've been meaning to give her a bath for about a week, 2 weeks maybe. Not 2 weeks, but more than a week. I didn't let her on my bed the last couple of nights because she was smelly and crunchy. I had meant to groom her over the weekend, but it just didn't happen. With me being unwell on Saturday, and then we did so much yesterday, I just did not have the time. So I was going to give her a bath tomorrow after my MRI, in the gap between having the MRI and my next customer arriving. But then this morning was a bit of a kerfuffle, so, well, she's had a bath now, which is awesome. You're alright. You're just a little monkey. I did have 3 dogs today, Michaela, but the plan had changed due to some people not being available. Are you planting seeds today, Rose? Also, hello, Rose. I don't think I said hello to you. Planting seeds. I love planting seeds. Watching them sprout up. I have a whole bunch that I'm supposed to have done already and I just didn't get around to it. Poor seeds. There's always next year. So I'm not entirely going to back brush these front legs, but I am going to attempt to straighten some of this hair out. No, stop it, you big baby. You stop that. You don't have a mean bone in your body. You're not going to be biting these clippers. You're just being a goose. Aww, poor little monkey. Yeah, some dogs just don't do well with the heat. And on dogs that you can shave, well, you might as well help them cool down a little bit. Obviously with poor shades, you can't just go shave his whole coat off. But you can do shorter trims if he needs it, and you know, do more regular grooming through the hot periods. Just to keep him properly de-shed and a bit shorter length to his coat. At the end of summer, I get a lot of matted doodle dogs come in like February, March, and it's horrifying to me because it means they've gone an entire summer with that big, thick, heavy coat on, and they would have just been so hot and overwhelmed, not able to cool themselves down. They've basically got blankets on them. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of dogs actually didn't make it through the summer because of the lack of grooming. Yeah, stop running away from me, critter. So I'm holding her joint here to prevent her from bending this arm while I go over it with the clippers. It just reduces the risk of like hurting her with the clippers, but also messing up the hair. Alright, we're pretty much heading into Scissor Town now. Oh, they had to put a fan over the whelping box. Oh dear. We're going to be grooming a Groodle this week. Tilly, who just had her birthday. I think it was her 7th birthday. Happy 7th birthday, Miss Tilly. She gets so hot. She's a giant Groodle. Golden Retriever, standard poodle class. She gets so hot. She gets kept short all year round. She just pants and pants and pants, and she can't seem to cool herself down. But Mum keeps her short all year round, just about. She gets a bit fluffy over the winter, but we do her groom pretty much at the start of winter, or the start of winter, or a couple of weeks before winter, and then by the really cold time in winter, she's got enough hair on there to keep her warm, but not get like super overheated. I suspected there was a problem there. What is it? Where is that hair? Oh, my nose is so sore today. I feel like I've got a cold. Sorry, sweetheart. I'm not digging all the way to her skin with this. I'm just finding where the tangles are and pulling away from the skin to hopefully just cut through them a little bit so I can brush them out. There we go. I'm sorry, that hurts, doesn't it? So we might just have to go through and shave out those underarms, which isn't the worst thing. Some groomers routinely shave underarms on everything. Leah's here. Hi, Leah. I'm sorry I wasn't able to come last night and see the puppers, but I'm hoping I can come see you tonight after I finish my last doggy. Up you get. How's everybody doing? I haven't even got to watch any videos on your page, but Dale said he watched the puppies playing and they were super cute. Yeah, be wriggling. Good girl. I think my migraine's passed now, Michaela. Thank goodness. For another month. I did have a good day yesterday without. I still had a little bit of a headache, but not a big painful migraine. More of a headache and just low energy more than anything. It takes a couple of days to actually recover from having a migraine. But definitely not a full-blown migraine, which is awesome. Ooh. Hello, come on in.
Hello.
Hello, how you going? All right, Alfie is here. Come here, you little goose. She got worked up having a new dog come in. You were squeaking. She squeaks. It's a horrific sound. Yeah, Fiona, you shave under the arms? Yeah, I do occasionally, especially ones that wear harnesses. I think I'll be there between like 6:30 and 7, Leah. If that suits you. I saw the first video of him having the lapping milk. Alright, what are we up to with you now? Sanitaries. I had better get a wriggle on. The hardest part with these long bloody grooms is how long it takes to dry and brush them out. It's so time consuming. You're okay. It has definitely been a while since your last groom. You're hairy. You're Harry McClary. Hang on. Let me get you groomed out nicely. You're alright. You're okay. You're just being a bubba. That's all there is to it. Yay. How much does the little fellow weigh these days, Leah? Or whenever you last weighed him? It looks like Joey's getting to be on the bigger side more so than the other two. Dale showed me a quick video. I had a quick peek at it. I didn't get to watch the whole video this morning while I was getting dressed. He looks huge. So a good reason to have regular grooming done, even if you are brushing your dog out well, the sanitary areas, so sorry, there is a bit of poop on her butt, which is not unusual for any breed of dog. She has quite a lot of matting around her vulva and this booty area as well, which is very preventable with a sanitary trim. So a wash, blow dry, brush out and sanitary trim is definitely advised if you go a longer time between full grooms. Which some groomers don't do that. I know Suzanne doesn't do it. She only does full grooms. And I know a number of other groomers also don't do it. They only do full grooms every 6 weeks, which is great, and that works for their business. That wouldn't work for my business. My people would tell me to bugger off. They would say, I'm not paying for a groom every 6 weeks. But when you go, say, 12 weeks between grooms, it is, it is probably best at about somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks to have a wash, blow dry, brush out, and get the sanitary trimmed up, because it is a lot of hair in there, and unfortunately it does get quite matted. And it is uncomfortable for the dogs to have all that hair pulling in such sensitive areas down there. Spicy cake with cream cheese, spice cake, I said spicy. Spice cake with cream cheese frosting, that actually does sound delicious. Oh, Rubble's made it to 1 kilogram. Joey's not far off. Hang on, where'd it go? Wow, Rubble's a monster. Okay, so Joey's not the biggest boy. Oh, honeybee, you're having a rough day with your health today. I'm glad you're back, but also make sure you're getting enough rest and looking after yourself, you poor love. Gosh, that is such a sensitive area to be shaving out. So some people get grumpy when we take this shave on the underside of the tail up quite high, but it's just matted hair. And it's too sensitive to brush out. And if it's matted now, well, it's going to be matted next time, so you might as well get rid of it. Otherwise, you're just going to put the dog back in the same position, have matted hair around the area again. So I shaved them. On pets, I'll do a high undertail shave. And shave out more, like a larger sanitary area back here as well. Not necessarily like a whole landing strip, but definitely nice and tidy. Alright, girly girly, you're okay. Some people with these poodle and poodle type breeds and long coat breeds will do pretty much a whole strip back there for sanitaries, which works, and I've definitely had it requested before. It's brilliant for keeping them clean and tidy, especially if they're a bit messy when they toilet. And some dogs are just messy when they toilet, especially older dogs. But I don't routinely do such a big sanitary area. Only if it's requested or like an elderly dog or a dog with like hygiene issues for toileting. I totally get that, honeybee. I am exactly the same when I'm in pain. And I literally take it out on anyone around me, and unfortunately that is my children and my husband. Which really sucks. But your body betraying you, like it's supposed to just work and it doesn't, is a big betrayal, and it feels horrible. And it wears you down in your mental health, as well as your physical health. It's awful. And you have just had such a rough run these past few weeks. I mean, longer than these past few weeks, but in particular these past few weeks, you've just been under the weather for so long, you poor thing. It's not fun. Oh, I'm sorry that you're going through that. Oh my goodness, Leah, I brought home puppies before and put them on normal puppy food, and their tummies were just not ready for it. So much diarrhea. No, Alfie's not the dog that had eye surgery. That is Olaf. And I think he's due soon for a groom. I don't know when, but it's not long. In the next couple of weeks, I reckon. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Dale always gets it either. My kids certainly don't get it. I try to remove myself when I know that my pain is causing me to just be a not very pleasant person. But unfortunately, when you have children, they just hunt you down and get frustrated with you when you're not doing what they want. And they don't seem to realize, mostly just because they're kids, that I'm not well. They just think that mum is supposed to do everything, so mum should be doing everything. And then when I get real snappy or short-tempered, they're all like, "What's up your bum?" Well, wouldn't you like to know? And then you feel awful because you know that you're being a butthole. And you didn't mean to be a butthole, but it just came out of you. And it just sucks. It's a vicious cycle. The only thing that I've managed to do is just recognize when I know I'm like on the edge and being super duper snappy. I don't always recognize it before I yell at people. You yelled at Jackson. I yelled at Jude only a couple of weeks ago. He just kept jumping up on me, scratch, 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 scratch on my legs, and I yelled at him to pee off. And he just wanted to love me. But I try my best to recognize when I'm ultra short-tempered because I'm not feeling well, and tell everybody, like, hey, I'm not doing that great today. Like, I'm snappy and I'm short-tempered and I don't mean to be, but you should leave me alone. I'm going to my bedroom and you guys should leave me alone. If you come into the bedroom and I start yelling at you, that's going to be your own fault because I warned you already. And sure enough, my kids will come in there, "Mom!" Which just results in a screaming mum. I believe in equality. Dad can fix anything I can fix, I promise you. Don't move. Don't move. Just got that hair brushed out. So I'm trying to shape around those dew claws. If you remember, I showed the dew claws at the beginning of this groom. They're so pesky though. I don't want to highlight them, I want to cover them, but I still want a nice straight leg shape here as well. So Good bubba. If you do scissor under a tummy line like this on a dog, please be careful of their nipples. Some dogs have flat nipples, but some have really pokey outy nipples, and very easy to catch in your scissors if you're not looking. Oh my goodness, that phone has not stopped. You are okay. So these paw pads are pretty matted. I have a 10 blade on. I don't currently have a 15 blade. I ordered two 15 blades brand new, and both were dead blunt from the packet. Never worked. I ordered two more, and both were again absolutely blunt, so I just didn't bother ordering anymore. So I've got 10, and if this doesn't go, then I'll whack a 30 on to get this matting out. I did just order another 15. It's been some time now, so hopefully they have new stock, and that stock is not blunt. It is not uncommon to receive blunt blades straight out of the pack. That's the matting that was in that little paw pad. At least it pulls apart. That's not too bad. I've had matting that doesn't even pull apart. You are okay, my love. Can you stand nicely so I can see the line? There we go. So I definitely need to send my scissors off because my current set are not as sharp as I would like them to be. So I absolutely need to send off my other set and get those sharpened, and then send this set off to be sharpened as well. So when I bought the second set, like I said, it's about $900 worth of scissors in a set of scissors. I had to recover financially from paying for that set, so I was in no rush to send them off to be sharpened because that is also an expense. But I kind of have let it get away from me for sure. Should have been done by now. No. No. You know you gotta get these tootsies trimmed, girly. That is silly. That's a silly doggy. Kay's back. Hi, Kay. Hope you're having a good day. I have to say, I'm hungry. I'm not normally hungry at this time of day, but I'm hungry today. And you, young lady, your groom is taking forever. Oh, Joey's growing up so much. It goes so fast. They don't stay puppies for anywhere near long enough. I'm so lucky that I get to, that Leah lets me go and see him and I'm able to go see him. With Jude, I had a few video calls with his breeder, but he was in New South Wales and I'm in South Australia, so there was no way I was getting to see him. The first time I met him was when he arrived by plane on the day he came home. Which was fine. It was fine. It all worked out fine. But there is something special about getting to meet your little peanut from birth, or close to birth. Golly whirly, where are you trying to be going? I'm just making it hard. That is literally all you're doing is making it hard. For no good reason. Yeah, we're pretty set on him marrying Lady before he even got here. He's a handsome boy. I gotta tell you, I don't know about you guys, and maybe you think it's gross, but I don't wash my denim jeans after every use. I usually wash them once a week. I honestly don't wear them that often because I am in work clothes or pajamas. So usually they get worn, you know, over the weekend and then they go on the wash on Sunday. I wore my jeans to go and see Leah and the puppies. When was that, Leah? That was like last weekend, right? And that was the first time I had worn my jeans. I got them out of the cupboard and put my jeans on, and we went to go see the puppies. I put fresh new jeans on so that my clothes were clean. And because I'd only worn them once, I just hung them like over the edge of my washing basket so that I could wear them again. And I hadn't worn them again since then, but I put them on yesterday to go out to the show. And Jude was ballistic. He would not stop jumping on my legs and sniffing me. And I was like, dude, calm down. What are you so excited about? Like, he was going insane. And then I realized that the last time I wore my jeans, it was holding puppies. And he could smell the puppies. He was so excited. He was like trying to knock me over so that he could smell my jeans, the weirdo. Yeah, it was last weekend. Yeah. Okay. This way. Yeah, it was last weekend. I literally did not go anywhere other than that, so I was like, whatever. Just hang my jeans up. I think I wore them for maybe like 4 hours, if that. You are okay. Yeah, I remember you said that Little Shades was next door or close by. So cute. Oh my goodness, Pomeranian puppies though, they must be so tiny. Oh my goodness, I have heartburn today. We can do their nails. What are they, 3 weeks? I think that would be fine. I'll just dump these nail clippers into... Do you have nail clippers? Or if not, I'll just dump mine into some like alcohol-based sterilizing stuff. And bring them with me. I was your next door neighbour, Hannah? Yeah. How cute. I wouldn't have been able to resist if my neighbour had puppies, little Pomeranian puppies. I'd be like, I need this one. And that one and that one. In fact, I'll just take them all. But also I'd be like, but I'm not paying you because I'm poor. My cheeks look flushed. Yeah, I'm a bit hot in here, even though I've got the air conditioner on. It's 21 degrees in here, so I don't see a reason why I should be, you know, super duper hot. I don't know, I'm not hot, but I feel hot. It's warm. Don't know how to explain that. I just did not say any proper words then. Ladies need clipping too. We can do all their nails, and yeah, I'll just bring some clippers. Maybe I have a fever? No, I think I'm alright. Just a little flushed. So because I'm trying to hide these dew claws, the hair in that area is longer. So you cover it, but it is a pain in the butt to groom out. Enjoy your day, Leah, and I'll message you a little later on. Once I am starting to finish up. Goodness. No. Some people are so good at these scissor cuts. I'm just not the best at these. Some people can just like go in and cut hair and see the lines and nail it out. Super awesome and fast. I just do not have the experience with that for scissoring. Unfortunately. I'm working on it. The only training I've had around scissoring though, outside of like basic face and feet, has been whatever I've worked out online, so I'm definitely at a disadvantage there. I would definitely love to do in-person training, but there's just nobody here. And unfortunately, online courses can only teach us so much. Oh my gosh, 16? Yikes. Aw, are you going back to work at the new place, Leah? Sorry, you're probably gone already, but if you're still here, I can ask you later anyway, I suppose. Bad, stinky, naughty workies. I agree. Look, you might be ridiculously adorable, but this is so much hair, girlfriend. I generally don't really care how long a dog's coat is. I always cut their tail so that it's not dragging on the ground. Unless the owner very specifically was against that. Or it's like a breed that has a curly tail that is sitting up all of the time. Yes, Aussie Shepherds, a lot of work for de-shedding, but once you get past that, actually, if you maintain them, they're not that bad. And they're beautiful. And you can just trim their feathers and their bums and maybe their feet, depending on how fussy you are. Personally, I prefer a pretty natural look on my double coats. Shepherds, border collies, even golden retrievers I don't like to overgroom. It's very in fashion right now to have overgroomed feet, feathers and legs and stuff on double coated dogs, but I like them all natural with their coats. I'll tidy up the feet, of course. You don't want Grinch feet. No Grinch feet. But beyond Grinch feet. And the feathers, if they're like touching the ground, I'll just give it like a little tidy. But none of this, the outline trims that makes them look like a teddy bear, that's not my favourite look. Although I do it occasionally when requested. It is cute. It's just not my favourite look. More of that matting. That was a lot. Hop up. Yeah, some people love it. I think it's just really trending at the moment. I do have a couple that request it, but most people, when they get a new dog in particular, I ask them, how do you want the dog groomed? And they ask me, how's the dog supposed to be groomed? And I tell them that, you can do that real outline shaped overgroomed look, or just keep them in a very natural look and tidy up as needed. And they ask me what I think the dog should have, and I say my preference is like this more natural look with, they're just the way that they are, not overgroomed and looking like they've just stepped out of a magazine shoot. And some people say, oh no, I want them to look like that. And I'm like, okay, cool, that's not a worry, we can do that. And some people say, yeah, no, I want them to look like they look now, but tidy. And that's what I do. Definitely a more natural look. And some people are like, do not cut a single hair on this dog. And I'm like, okay, ma'am. No choppy the doggy. Oh. Doggy, this is taking forever. I have gone quite a bit shorter on the feet than I have on the body, by the way, I should say. Because there was quite a bit of matting in them already. I don't want to leave them super duper long. It would just be a disaster waiting to happen. Stop that. I need you to sit up. Ooh. Kay's gone on a vacay. Stop that, please. Do you drink wine, Kay? Because I don't drink wine. I literally live in a wine farming community. I'm surrounded by wineries and I don't drink a drop of wine. Wineries and vineyards. I am surrounded in every direction. I could point out a winery or vineyard. It doesn't matter what town you're in, there's a winery. Stephanie's tummy's uncomfortable. That's no good. Hope it doesn't last long for you. Is Dale going to start the next live stream? I don't think so. I don't know. I have no idea. I just come here to groom the dogs. I don't know what's going on. Although I need to go blow my nose, you guys. I don't know what's going on with my nose today, but it is driving me crazy. I feel like there's stuff stuck up my nose, but nothing's coming out of my nose. Oh my giddy aunt. Alright guys, sorry. I literally picked up a tissue and before I even blew my nose, the phone rang. Okay. That was a long phone call too. Poor guy's got a Maremma that he wants groomed. But I just don't have any availabilities for a big groom like that, and I feel bad because not many people do large breed dogs around here. Most of the groomers are on the older side. Yeah, so I'm having trouble even finding somebody to recommend to people to go to be honest. So I was trying to give him some hints and tips for what he can do with his doggy. It was an older gentleman and he absolutely loves his dog. So adorable. He said, I'll tell you what I do when I groom him. Because he said to me, do you have any hints and tips of, you know, what I can do to do it myself? So he wants to have some hair, like cutting done. It's funny because we were just talking about this. He wants a bit of an outline trim and tidy up done on the dog because, well, Maremmas sometimes get fairly long in some places and it can be a bit of a pain. He said, I'll tell you what I do. I tie him up on the back of the ute. I hose him down. I scrub him with shampoo. Then I hose him down again. Then I go for a drive with the dog tied to the back of the ute, which is totally normal for farm dogs. So he's tied in the back of the ute, getting a blow dry as they drive around town. He said, then we go to the dog park and he rolls around in the grass. And then I bring him home and he's all done. And I'm like, mortified. That's not how you groom a Grandma. And then he said in a couple of days' time, you know, after a couple of days, I give him a brush. Oh dear. I said, well, that sounds adorable. That's not how I groom my dogs. I gave him some tips for shampoo to use and to use some conditioner as well, just to help with getting all the hair out for de-shedding. And some brushes, and like get a proper brush and comb for him. And then he asked, he said, I've done sheep shearing, do you reckon I could give a dog a haircut? And I said, no. I said, the method for shearing sheep and the method for, I said, put it this way, I've been grooming dogs for a few years now and I couldn't shear a sheep. Do you reckon I could shear a sheep? And he goes, nah, you wouldn't be able to shear a sheep. I said, yeah, it's kind of the same way. The crossover, there's not really a crossover from sheep shearing to dog grooming. I said, but you can learn. You can. I said the only thing I would really recommend you do is make sure you definitely understand the anatomy of the dog before you groom them. You need to know where like all of their flappy skin and wrinkles and things are, so that you don't cut anything you didn't mean to. If you want to do any sort of hair cutting on them. So what sort of cut do you want? Are you trying to shave him off, or you just want to tidy everything up? And he goes, no, don't shave my dog. Just want to tidy things up. So he's probably just got a real fluffy bum and feet and stuff. Results of my MRI. So, I mean, I don't really know what to expect, to be honest. I'm a pretty sharing kind of person because I think that it's important to, it's important for me to make something good of my crappy situation. So, and to have other people not feel so alone if they're in a similar situation as well. So I do share a lot, but I always share everything with my family first. And then kind of go from there. Some things I'm comfortable to share, some things I'm not comfortable to share. Ma'am. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily post my results, but I'll definitely talk about it, I guess, when I'm ready to. If there's anything that will cause me to not be streaming or working and stuff like that, I'll talk to you guys about it. Welcome to Potato Town. All the doggies are flops. We need to get this done because I still have a whole nother dog to groom and you're being an absolute peanut butter brain. I don't think I would post any of my medical stuff into my community tab. Only an update about whether or not I'll be working or not working. And if I'm okay or not so okay. The thing is that I don't have a follow-up appointment for another 2 months with my gynecologist at this point, so until the end of November sometime. Can't even remember the date. So unless there's something that is, you know, terribly wrong, I'm probably not going to know a whole lot for some time anyway. Girl, what are you doing? No. We're going to be here for a year if you keep doing that. That is silly business. My goodness, you remind me of Abigail when I didn't let her go on a ride. I'm definitely not one for like building suspense or anything either. With like drama, like dum dum dum. Is Kylie dying today? Find out in 3 weeks' time when we post a new update video. I would never do that to you guys. Why am I laughing? I'm not laughing because that's funny. I'm laughing because, well, it's kind of funny, but it's actually not funny at the same time. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I had a demented moment. Some people do that though, on like YouTube and TikTok and stuff. Oh my goodness, it drives me mad. I used to watch a lot of pregnancy journeys because I didn't have trouble falling pregnant, but I had a hell of a lot of trouble staying pregnant. My body liked to betray me in that way. I've lost a number of babies in my journey to having the kids that I have now. I'm very lucky to have them. But I used to watch a lot of pregnancy journeys on YouTube. And like they would just, it would be sometimes like they would post a video of like dum 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 and then no update. For like 3 weeks you'd be checking back constantly looking for, you know, is everybody okay? What's going on? And then they come back with a video like, oh yeah, so everything went well, still pregnant, and you're like, come on, man. I hated it. So I definitely don't do anything like that. No big suspense build up from me. Clickbait. I don't do clickbait. That's what you call it, right? I don't think I've done, I mean, we've trialed some clickbaity titles in our videos, but not anything like super crazy. Like, is this the worst matted dog we've ever groomed? It pretty much was the worst matted dog we've ever groomed, so it wasn't totally clickbait. But that's not our style, not even Dale. We're not really in for clickbaity stuff. At least I hope not. I mean, not intentionally anyway. We've probably done a couple of little clickbaity type things, but definitely not my style. Speaking of not my style, this dog's face is also not my style. They like her long mustache, and it's not my personal style for grooming these dogs. Even when I have a dog with a long coat, I still like to do a very short chin and work it in. Yeah, some people go overboard with clickbait. Yeah, Dale and I have definitely trialed a couple of clickbaity titles, but like it still fit with the content. Like it literally was a matted groom, or it was a groom where I actually couldn't finish grooming the dog. Can Kylie finish this groom? No. In fact, Kylie could not finish this groom and the dog went home looking like trash. Yeah, clickbait drives you nuts. Same. It's like when, I don't know, I know a lot of you don't scroll on Facebook, so props to you. But I scroll on Facebook and the articles come up. You won't believe these, I don't know, you won't believe what this celebrity did. And then you click in the comments and there's a link to go to another webpage to read this stupid trash. Even though I'm like curious, it got me, the clickbait got me, I'm not going to click on it. I'm just like, oh hell no, I'm out of here. You lost me. Like you could have just put your article on Facebook. So there's nothing wrong with this style, by the way. Well, I mean, I don't like it because I don't like soggy doggy faces. Jude has a clean face, and I'm very much a fan of... I never used to like the way a clean poodle face looked, but now, after living with how practical it is to have a clean poodle face, I find it really hard to put him in a teddy bear. Even though I'm currently letting him grow out, And his hair is a few millimeters long now, probably about 5 millimeters long. And it is so damn cute, but it looks so gross sometimes. Like if he's just been eating food and stuff. I just look at him, I'm like, oh, you're disgusting. Soggy doggy. Oh, ambient migraine's back. That's no good. Jaslow's here. Hi, Jaslow. That's a video game, right? I'm so out of touch with what's cool these days, especially in the world of gaming. I play Fortnite with my children. I'm so cool. Sometimes when the kids go to bed, I continue playing Fortnite without them. I actually haven't played Fortnite in a couple of weeks now. I'm going to not finish my battle pass in time. Which is so sad because I finished my last one. I did really good. Oh, cool. A Wild West game. But is it like other online people and you got to go around and... Oh, I think I've seen that. You got to like, you got to get like, oh, I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. Like commodities and stuff and build a place and team up with people to protect each other and stuff, right? Or am I thinking of a different game? I'm thinking of a different game. What's that game called? No, now I can't think of what that one's called. Yeah, Facebook's a wasteland. I agree. I agree. I've like significantly reduced my time on Facebook these days. I do talk to my sisters and my mum and dad and keep up with a couple of people, like Leah and the puppies, and some messages. It's mostly messages that I use. However, I do still find myself occasionally scrolling if I'm like waiting or have something to do. It is a time waster for sure. Young lady, this beard is awful. What did that just go into? Can you please come over here? You are being a real peanut butter brains. Yeah, my migraine lasted for 3 days. It just came and went and came and went. Every 24 hours a new one started. That's how it went for 3 days. But I think it was just the same one that was lingering. I have TikTok. I got TikTok when I started doing YouTube. I set it up. I think I post like twice a year on there. I never actually used it. And I definitely don't watch anything on there. I very rarely open that app. Twitter, never been a fan of Twitter. I don't really get Twitter. I don't really know what it's supposed to be. Also got Twitter when I started doing this. And yeah, just, I don't really know what the purpose is. Like I read people's posts and they don't make sense to me, and I think I'm getting really old because it just confuses me, so I leave. MySpace, yes, take me back to MySpace, please, and MSN Messenger. MSN? Yeah, it was MSN. Everything in the world is becoming weird and scary. And confusing. I don't know what's happening. I know I'm not alone, so it's okay. I don't even keep up with Facebook. They started this thing where you can tag everybody. So you get a notification that you've been tagged in a post and you go there and it's just a comment like where they've tagged everybody in a group or something. And it's like, go away. Every time somebody does that to me, I just remove myself from their group. All right, girlfriend, I think we're done with you. I hope you look cute. Because you've literally taken me forever to groom out, you pain in the butt. So the reason, other than the fact that I'm slow, that this dog has taken so long, she needed to be dematted and detangled and de-shed, which is already a whole service on its own, and then a haircut. So Dale and I first met, I don't know, a little over, so it would be, yeah, 15 to 16 years ago now. And we used to talk to each other on MSN. Who's next? Alfie. Alfie? I think it's Alfie. Thank goodness, because I'm done with this. You took forever. This leg's not even right because she was being a bloody potato. Look at this. You do not like to have this leg groomed, do you? She's like, no ma'am, I do not. So why are you doing it? Sorry, I had to fix that. It was just way too much hair left behind there. Alright, let me look at you. Oh, there we go. That's better. I smelt her ears and had a look at them. I don't think she has an infection, and I have not seen her flicking her head, apart from right then she did a little ear flick. I'm not going to put any ear cleaner in there because I haven't confirmed with Dad if she's had some treatment or not. I would hate to like put any medicated stuff in there which has already got a medication on board, but also I'd hate to stir up anything if they've just kind of got her ears settled. Sometimes giving a clean can just start some irritation. Not necessarily like cause an infection or anything, but just irritate them, and I don't want to do that, so we just leave that be. Alright, I'm going to blow dry off this loose hair real quick. I'll be fine. Even though it's my first MRI, it is not my first medical radio. Turn around, let everybody see how cute you are. You look like a little teddy bear. Very much a scruffy cavoodle, teddy bear doodle looking dog. That's the way people seem to like them. There you go. You can see again. The long mustache is just not for me. She is very cute though. We'll take it. Yeah, don't worry about me. If I'm worried, I'll tell you guys when I'm worried. Otherwise, we're all good. Alright, she's done. Where did I put your collar? It's in the crate. I'm going to swap these pupperoonies over. Wait, I didn't trim your nails. Oh, peekaboo. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, an entirely different age for kids today. I know, my kids talk about stuff and I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about, man. And I didn't really feel old until the last couple of years where I'm just like, oh crap. I'm out of touch with the world. It finally happened. But you reach a point where, like, for years and years you keep up with everything. You're like, yeah, totally, I get it. I know what you're talking about. You're going to fall off the back of the table if you keep going backwards, girlfriend. And at some point, you're just like, nah, I couldn't be bothered. You're just like, yeah, cool. New internet, social media platform. Everybody's using it. It's so cool. That's nice. I don't really care. Like, you just totally lose the drive to give a crap about anything new. Oop. That's the point that I got to. Oh my goodness. That does not feel good. Alright. I mean, I knew it would happen someday, but I didn't realize it would happen so fast. I know a lot of people my age still keep up with everything. I just could not be bothered. But I always made fun of Dale when he was this age for not having a clue about anything, but now I totally get it. Bye, Fiona. Have a good time of day. Sending you a big fluffy hug. Yeah, Michaela does care, and that's awesome, and I appreciate it, Michaela. But I promise you, I'm going to be absolutely okay. And if ever I'm not, I will definitely let you guys know. Also, I'm totally a tough cookie, so we're all going to be good. I haven't had a look at all, Michaela. We'll see. Maybe it'll be a surprise. These dew claws are sometimes really pesky. Some of them are just like, I don't know, a bit of nail that's growing, but it's not like a live nail or anything. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's not a whole toe and nail. These ones here, she's got like the whole toe and a proper nail with a quick, and you gotta be careful. There you go, you're done. Alright, now I'm gonna swap these dogs over. Hello my beautiful fur family, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to give you a big old list of things to do. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the bell if you want notifications for every time we post a video. If you think this video is worth sharing, hit that share button and share it with all of your friends. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time of day, and we look forward to seeing you again real soon.